Today we're going to work on drawing 2-10. Now, like 2-9, there are measurements given. And so we have to follow these measurements just as they're given here on the drawing. So we're going to be very specific in what we draw. We're not just going to eyeball it, but we're going to draw everything at the given measurements that are given here. It says in the objective to draw the part using the dimensions provided. Draw half of the part, then use the mirror to complete. In other words, notice the bottom half and the top half are identical, so it'd probably save us time if we just draw the bottom half and then mirror it up to the top, or vice versa, draw the top and mirror it down to the bottom. So, as always, let's get our title block. Let's save this as drawing 2-9. No, sorry, 2-10. So 2-10. Uh-oh. I better elongate this so that it fits. There we go. Escape. And let's do a save as. Call this 2-10. And we're ready to start. So on the left-hand side, there is a big half circle. I'm just going to draw a full circle at a radius of 1.25. So circle started on the left, and it's 1.25, enter. Now it shows that from the top, it goes up 0.5. and then it off at an angle. That angle is 45 degrees. It doesn't tell me how far to go from here to here, but I do know that the entire height from the top of the circle to the top of my drawing is 1.25. Well, I know that 1.25 minus 0.5 is 0.75. So after I go up 0.5, all I have is 0.75 up to the top, okay? So let's do that. Let's go from the top quadrant. I'm gonna go up 0.5, enter. And then I need to go off at a 45-degree angle. So I'm gonna turn on 45 in my polar tracking. And then I'm just gonna draw, there we go, there's a 45. And I'm just gonna draw it up way bigger than I need it to be. Right, that's way bigger than I need it to be. But what I do know is there's a 45, and then from the top of the 0.5 line, I need to go up 0.75 to get to the top. And then I'm going to draw a line over. Wherever it touches that horizontal line, wherever it comes over and touches, that's how long the 45-degree line needs to be. And then this line right here is 2.25. All right, so from here to here, 2.25, from here to here, 0.75. So I'm going to go from here, just as a reference line, I'm going to go up 0.75, and then I'm going to go straight over to here, click, and then from here, I'm going to go straight over 2.25, enter. And then I'm just going to drop a line down. Doesn't matter how far you drop that down. What I can do now is I can delete this line and this line. I don't need those. And I can trim off this top part here. So trim that. Okay, and notice how we got that 45-degree line just by simply going up 0.75 and over. Good. So we have this, this, and this. And then I just dropped a line down. It doesn't tell me how far to go down before we start this curve. So I just drew it any. We'll end up trimming it later, but I just established a line here. Now I'm going to go and work on the handle now. It says from the center of this circle over to the center of this circle is 4 inches. And then from the center of this circle over to the center of this circle is 3 inches. And the size of this circle is 0.5. Radius of 0.5. And the size of this big circle is a radius of 1. Right? There's an arrow that points to the big one, radius of 1. There's an arrow that points to the small one, radius of 0.5. 4 inches between centers, and then 3 inches between centers. All right, let's knock this out. So I'm going to draw a reference line from the center here, 4 inches this way. I'm going to use that endpoint for a 0.5 radius, 0.5 enter, 0.5 radius circle. Then I'm going to draw another reference line from here, straight this way, 3 inches, enter. And I'm going to draw another 0.5 radius, 0.5, enter. Now there's also the 1 inch radius around the outside of this. So circle 1, enter. All right, so now what I have is this circle, and this circle. And from the top of this big circle, there's a line that comes over, and then there's an arc between this vertical line and this horizontal line. Well, this arc right here, this arc has a radius of 0.75. So let me draw a line on the top quadrant this way. And there's an arc between this vertical line and this horizontal line. If you remember, we can use the fillet command to do that. Modify, fillet. I'm going to specify the radius. The radius was 0.75, so click on radius, 0.75, enter. And I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to click on this. Just like in drawing 2-2 with the blobs, and we rounded over the corners. I'm going to round over that one. Now I'm going to draw in one more line from the top quadrant here over to the top quadrant here. Now the top half of my drawing is done. I'm going to mirror everything down to the bottom half. So mirror, I'm going to hold the shift key down, and I'm going to click on this line, this arc, vertical, horizontal, 45 degree, and this 0.5 line. So all of this stuff up here. Enter. And my mirror line is going to be this center line that runs through the middle here. Do I want to delete? No. Now I just have to trim. So trim. I'm going to get rid of this. And the inside stuff here. And then I'm going to delete these lines. And look at that. We do have some center lines here, here, and here. Well, that's good. Let's put in those center lines. I'm going to go with a line. Turn it into a center line. And I need to move it. And I'm going to grab it at the midpoint. And I'm going to drop it off at the center point. I'm going to draw another line through the center this way. Turn it into a center line. Grab the middle and drop it on the middle of this line. Escape. And let's just copy it. Copy, hold the shift key down, grab this line and this line. Enter. Grab it at the midpoint and drop it on the center of this circle. Enter. And there's your drawing. We do not have to include, just like the last one, do not include dimensions. So we don't have to draw in all these mentions. Okay.